Welcome students to our next topic of constraint optimization techniques. In this particular topic we are having the method of Lagrangian multipliers. Now today we will discuss constraint optimization techniques. Previously we have solved unconstrained optimization techniques using direct search methods and steepest descent method. If you have not seen yet the videos, I request you to kindly watch the videos, then you come to this particular video, constraint optimization techniques, so that you can have a clear idea of what we are going to do today in this particular session. Okay, now coming to this constraint optimization techniques. Previously we have find a function which is of unconstrained type, but today we'll say have a problem with the constraint ones. You already know what is constraints, what are constraints. You can see in my linear programming videos, you will have a concept of these constraints. Okay, so let us say we have to find x which minimizes function x. Okay, and now we have to introduce some constraints. Say subject to gj, say it is a constraint of x should be less than equal to 0, and say j equal to 1 2 up to m. Okay, and say we have another one constraint, say hk at x equal to 0, there is equal to sign is over here, and say k equal to, we have 1 2 dot say up to p. Okay, as you know, there are many techniques available for the solution of a constraint non-linear programming problem. Okay, namely I can write it for you, but we will solve only with the help of Lagrangian multipliers, as because we are having this one only in your syllabus. Okay, but I will let you know how many are there, the common methods are there in practice. Okay, so I can write it as constraint optimization techniques. What are the different methods? We are having similarly as direct methods, as of in the unconstrained one also we are having this direct methods, but I will write the names for you: random search methods, then comes your heuristic search methods, then comes your complex method, then comes your sequential linear programming method. Okay, next is your Jouthen-Dix method, and Rosen's method, or you can say Rosen's gradient projection method. Okay, there are one or two also, such as generalized reduced gradient methods and many more things, but where this particular Lagrangian multiplier this comes. Okay, these are the direct methods. Okay, there are also some indirect methods. Okay, so for indirect methods I can write over here only. For indirect methods, there are, transformation of variables technique. Next comes your sequential unconstrained minimization technique. Third, you can say interior penalty method. And next you can say exterior penalty function. This should be function. This is also function method. Okay. And now comes this is also known as augmented Lagrange multiplier method. Okay. So you can see now you have the idea under which method this particular augmented Lagrangian multiplier method comes. Okay. Now we can proceed to the methodological solution of nonlinear programming using this Lagrangian multiplier method. As because we have only this particular method, Lagrangian multiplier method, in our syllabus of mechanical engineering, so we will only stick to this particular method and not on any others. Okay, so let us start with this particular method. Say let us start with the same function. Okay, that is the minimization of f x1 and x2. Okay, that is subjected to g of x1 x2 equal to b, and x1 x2 should be greater than equal to 0. So that is your governing equation, you can say. Okay, and next step is we have to convert constant equation or problem, you can say, to an equivalent unconstrained one. So first step is you have to convert or transform this governing equation, given governing equation with constraints into an into an equivalent unconstrained problem with the help of certain unspecified parameters. Okay, that is known as Lagrange multipliers. Okay, now let us see how to convert it. This can be written as, say, minimize L function of x1 x2 and lambda, say, okay, equal to, I can write f of x1 x2, okay, plus lambda, I can write of g of x1 comma x2 minus of b. This is g. Okay, this one only I can write. And now this one I can say as a constant, unconstrained equation. Okay, so first step is you have to convert the given constraint equation into a unconstrained equation. That is in this way. You have to introduce a new parameter, you can say, that is a Lagrange multiplier, this term. Okay, this lambda one. Okay, how you can convert it? It can be rewritten as f of x1 comma x2 plus lambda, that is the Lagrange multiplier, into this constant equation as g of x1 x2 minus b, as I have transformed, or I have taken this b as left hand side. Okay, so it is minus b. Now I can write it, this one can be you can write it down as L of x1 comma x2 comma lambda. You can write it as a Lagrangian function, you can say. Okay, so it is a Lagrangian function. And this particular, you can say, this lambda, you can say it is a unspecified positive or negative constant. You can say it is a positive or a negative, constant, you can say, and it is called as Lagrangian multiplier. Okay, now our next or new objective, you can say, is to find appropriate value for this Lagrangian multiplier lambda. Okay, so we'll proceed now. Say I can write it as this one only. Say I can write it as again minimize L x1 x2 lambda equal to f of x1 x2 plus lambda into g of x1 comma x2 minus b. Okay, and this can be treated as lambda as a variable. Okay, lambda I can treat as a variable. Okay, finding the unconstrained minimum of L, which is x1 comma x2 comma lambda, and adjusting this lambda so that this one, say g of x1 comma x2 equal to b is satisfied. Okay, you have to satisfy this equation. Okay, and we have to adjust lambda so that this equation can be satisfied. Let us see how to do. Now I will write the necessary conditions for this objective. Okay, so let me write. This is, I can write it as, say, the necessary conditions. Okay, necessary condition I can write. The necessary conditions are, say, L, x1, x2 and lambda has an extreme point. I can write extreme point, maximum or minimum, whatever. Okay, at, say, x star, which is equivalent to x1 star comma x2 star comma lambda star. Okay, when, or you can say if the first order partial derivative exists at x star and del L by dx1 at x star is equal to del L by del x2 at x star equal to del L by del lambda at x star is equal to 0. Look, I am writing step by step so that you can make a note and you will see, you can revise these notes whenever you just forget this particular method. Okay, so I am just writing step by step. You can take a note in your notebook also. Okay, so remember these steps. These are already, as because we are solving the nonlinear optimization problems, we are dealing with the nonlinear optimization problem. So this every methods is going to be a exhaustive one or a lengthy one. So I will write each and every step for this particular method so that you can take a note and you will remember and you can see again when you just forget this method. Okay, now as we got we have our new objective is become we have to find this del L by del x1 at x star and del L by del x2 at x star and del L by del lambda at x star as equal to 0. Okay, next you can say the method of Lagrange multipliers yields a necessary condition for optimality in constant problems. Now we will start the solving this problem. We will have step 1. I will write the step 1 for you. Let's write the step 1. Okay, so for step 1 you can say, I can write it as step 1 take derivatives of L x1 comma x2 comma lambda with respect to xi, I can be 1 2 3 4 whatever. Okay, and lambda. Okay, then set that equal to 0. Okay, set that equal to 0. Okay, that is our step 1, which gives you del L by del x1 equal to 0, which gives you del f by del x1 plus lambda into del g by del x1 equal to 0. Next one is del L by del x2 equal to 0, which will give you del f by del x2 plus lambda into del g by del x2 equal to 0. And the last one is del L by del lambda equal to 0, which will give you g of x1 and x2 will be equal to 0. So this is our first step. You can take a screenshot or you can make a note, in order to keep this in your in your home for further clarification of the different steps we are going to use in this particular Lagrange multipliers. Okay, now here is the note. I can write it over here. You have to keep in mind. So notice, if there are n variable, say if there are n variables, that is say x1 x2 xn, then you will get n plus 1 equations with n plus 1 unknowns. So unknowns will be greater than your the unknowns will be equal to the equations only. Okay, and that is, you can write as n variables xi and 1 Lagrangian multiplier lambda only. Okay, look, first we will see the different steps and we will make a note. Then according to the steps we have to find the Lagrange multipliers, or we have to find the optimal of a given problem. Okay, now step 2. Step 2 says express, this is E, express all xi in terms of Lagrangian multiplier lambda. Okay, then comes the step 3. Step 3 says calculate all xis using the value of lambda. Okay, now step 1 to 3 have completed. This will be the final step. Now we have to solve a problem using these particular steps only. Okay, let us take a problem. We have a problem of minimization. Say f of xy is given by 5 by x y square, that is subjected to g of xy constant, you can say, equal to x square plus y square minus 1 equal to 0. Now first step is to convert this particular given or objective function and the s constant into a unconstant one with a. So we have to introduce a Lagrangian function. So I can write the Lagrangian function as L of x comma y comma lambda. I can write as equal to 5 by xy square plus lambda into x square plus y square minus 1. This one I can write. Okay, so now this equation you can say unconstant with 3 unknowns, you can say. Okay, x, y and lambda, 3 unknowns we have with unconstant one. Now we have to proceed to the second step. The second step is we have to find the del L by del x. That gives you you can derivative in your home only. Okay, it is a very simple one. So with respect to x, will give you minus 5 by x square. I can write it over here as minus 2, x to the power minus 2, and this remains same. So this will be minus 2. So next you comes with respect to x, so 2x into lambda, and this should be equal to 0 only. Okay, the second step says del L by del y, which will give you del y. Okay, so y square is given over here, so it will be minus 10 x to the power minus 1 into y to the power minus 3 and 2y lambda, this one. Okay, this should also be equal to 0. And the last one is the del L by del lambda, that will give you x square plus y square minus 1. Okay, this one will be 0. Okay, this one will be 0 and this one will be x square plus y square minus 1, as because it is with respect to lambda. Okay, now this is also equal to 0. So this is our first equation, this is our second equation, and this is our third equation, you can say. Okay, now combining these three equations, you can have from this three equation, if you equate this three equation, you can have a 2 lambda equal to 5 by x cube y square, and you can write 10 by xy to the power 4, you can write. Okay, now if you take this one and this one, say I am taking 5 by x cube y square equal to 10 by xy to the power 4. So you can easily simplify. Okay, x square and this will become y square, so this will become 2. So you can write from here as x star, I am writing this as x star equal to 1 by root 2 y star, I can write. Okay, and this will be your for optimal x star comma y star. Okay, now the extreme point, you can write it as, here the extreme point will be x star is given by 1 by root 3 and y star is given by root 2 by root 3. So you can see we have solved this particular problem of minimization, this one with the help of Lagrangian multipliers. Okay, now just I will show you Lagrangian method for multi-dimensional cases. I will just write the the generalized form. Okay, I'm not going to solve a problem, just stick to the video a few more minutes. So I can write it as Lagrange method for multi-dimensional cases. I can write. Okay, now if you see, we have, say, n is a independent variable. Okay, independent variable you can say, and m, say, is the constants, and m is less than n, that is constants is less than variables. Okay, so say you have given a problem of minimization, say f of x1 comma x2 up to xn. Okay, and it's subjected to gj x1 x2 xn. Okay, say equal to bj, and j you can say 1 2 up to m. This same problem can be converted into Lagrangian multiplier or unconstrained one by the help of introducing a Lagrangian one. Okay, so I can write it as minimize L, okay, x1 comma x2 up to xn, and say lambda 1, say lambda 2. These are the Lagrange multipliers. Okay, these are the Lagrange multipliers. Okay, dot lambda m. Okay. Now this one you can say this equation is converted into unconstrained one. Previously say this one was constrained equation, this one. Okay, now we have converted this particular problem into a unconstrained one by the help of Lagrange multipliers. Okay, so it can be equal to, I can write this one, minimization of L, as function of x1 x2 up to xn. I can write plus I am writing a generalized equation j, that is lambda j, which is gj, and this will be the function of x1 x2 up to xn minus bj. I can write it over here. Now the next step will be you have to find the derivatives, partial derivatives of x1 equal to 0, and then del L by del x2 equal to 0 up to del L by del xn equal to 0 you have to find. Next, del L by del lambda 1 have to 0, that is you have to find del L by del lambda 2 equal to 0 up to del L by del lambda m, you have to put 0 only. Okay, so you can see these are the steps for multi-dimensional cases. Just I am giving you a brief idea over. I am not going to elaborate in a in a broader sense, or I am not going to solve a problem. Just give you idea how to solve, how to convert a given problem, constant problem, into a unconstant problem. Okay, so I hope you have understand how to use the Lagrangian method for solving constant optimization techniques. Okay, so thanks for watching. Thank you very much.